Traditional clothing of indigenous peoples in the Americas. The indigenous peoples of the Americas have a rich and diverse cultural heritage that is reflected in their traditional clothing. Each group has unique styles and materials that are used to create their clothing, which often serves practical as well as symbolic purposes. In this essay, we will explore two examples of traditional clothing from different regions of the Americas: the parka of the Inuit people of the Arctic and the poncho of the Andean people of Peru. The Inuit people, who inhabit the far northern regions of Alaska, Canada, and Greenland, have a long history of creating clothing that is specifically designed to protect them from the harsh Arctic climate. The parka, a type of coat made from animal hides, is one of the most iconic pieces of Inuit traditional clothing. The parka is typically made from the hides of caribou or seal, with the fur on the inside to provide insulation and warmth. The parka is often decorated with intricate designs made from dyed fur, and may also feature decorative elements such as tassels or beadwork. In addition to its practical uses, the parka also has important cultural significance for the Inuit people, and is often worn during ceremonies and celebrations. Another example of traditional clothing from the Americas is the poncho, a garment worn by the Andean people of Peru, Bolivia, and Chile. The poncho is a rectangular piece of cloth with a hole in the center for the head, and typically reaches down to the knees. The poncho is made from a variety of materials, including wool, alpaca, and cotton, and is often brightly colored and decorated with intricate patterns. The poncho has been worn by the Andean people for hundreds of years, and is still worn today as a symbol of cultural identity and pride. In addition to its aesthetic appeal, the poncho also serves practical purposes, as it is warm and versatile enough to be worn in a variety of weather conditions. Like many traditional forms of dress, both the parka and the poncho have faced challenges in the modern era. As Western clothing styles have become more prevalent, many indigenous peoples have abandoned their traditional dress in favor of more contemporary apparel. However, there has also been a movement towards cultural preservation and revitalization in recent years, with many indigenous communities working to preserve and promote their traditional clothing styles. In some cases, traditional clothing has even made its way into mainstream fashion, as designers and consumers alike are drawn to the unique and beautiful designs of indigenous peoples. In conclusion, traditional clothing is an important part of the cultural heritage of indigenous peoples in the Americas. The parka of the Inuit people and the poncho of the Andean people are just two examples of the many diverse and beautiful styles of dress found throughout the continent. While these styles of dress have faced challenges in the modern era, there is a growing movement towards cultural preservation and appreciation that bodes well for the future of these important cultural traditions. The indigenous tribes of the Americas have developed unique traditional attire that suits their local climates and allows them to thrive. Some of the most well-known examples include the Eskimo parka, the Peruvian poncho, and the sarong of Southeast Asia. The parka is essential to the survival of the Inuit people in the Arctic. Made of animal skins and fur, the parka is extremely warm and protects from freezing temperatures, harsh winds, and snow. The parka typically has a hood and long sleeves and extends down to the thighs or knees. Boots made of sealskin and waterproof parkas help the Inuit stay dry in wet conditions. In the Andes Mountains of South America, the poncho provides warmth and protection from the elements. Peruvian ponchos are typically characterized by colorful design.